Most of us could only dream of affording first-class flights and five-star hotels when we travel. But for the world's billionaire CEOs and entrepreneurs, the word luxury becomes utterly redefined. Have you ever wondered how the richest men on earth get around day to day? I'm not talking about your standard first-class flights, luxury cars and yachts. Oh no, for the elite 0.001%, the jet-setting lifestyle goes to astonishing new extremes thanks to their 10-figure fortunes. What's it actually like flying private in a $100 million Gulfstream G650 decked out better than the Ritz-Carlton and capable of whisking them anywhere on earth? Can you even fathom a real man like you owning a $300 million super yacht so tricked out with submarines, helicopter hangars and onyx-lined hot tubs? Buckle up as we count down the top 15 richest men on earth through an inside look at how they jet set across the world aboard private flying palaces, mega yachts rivaling cruise ships, and rare hypercars faster than jets. Just how lavish can it get? 15. Elon Musk. Kicking off our list of how billionaires travel is none other than the real-life Tony Stark, Elon Musk. As the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, Musk is revolutionizing electric vehicles and private space programs. He amassed a net worth of $137 billion with his fame and genius innovations. When the hard-driving exec needs to travel around the world checking on his company's rocket and car factories, he certainly does it in style. For business trips, Musk takes his $66 million Gulfstream G650ER private jet. This ultra-long-range aircraft has a top speed of Mach 0.925 to whisk him away to any destination incredibly fast. But here's where it gets outrageous. Musk had the jet's interior customized to feel like a luxury hotel in the sky. We're talking buttery leather flatbed seats, polished wood accents and lush carpeting throughout the cabin. There's of course a bedroom on board and a state-of-the-art media room as well. With lush seating for 8 passengers, Musk can host meetings with his senior staff while on board. And if he's flying solo, the master suite at the front has a king-size bed and spa-like bathroom for relaxation. Photos reveal brushed gold plating, porcelain sinks, and a spacious shower inside. The Gulfstream G650ER comes equipped with 2 Rolls-Royce turbofan engines able to fly up to 7,500 nautical miles. That means Musk could fly non-stop from California to Dubai if he pleased, though with all the luxury on board, he may never want the flights to end. While not globe-trotting in his pimped-out private jet, Musk can also be seen driving some flashy cars in Los Angeles like vintage European sports models. He's been spotted cruising around Hollywood in his $1.8 million McLaren F1 and James Bond-esque Lotus Esprit submarine car from the Spy Who Loved Me film. Even when just zipping across town in an exotic sports car, Elon Musk does it in elite style like the superhero billionaire Tony Stark himself. 14. Warren Buffett. Coming in at #14 is none other than the Oracle of Omaha, Warren Buffett. Through his savvy investments and business prowess leading Berkshire Hathaway, Buffett has amassed a staggering $97 billion net worth. He's one of the most successful investors globally, with that number still rapidly rising. But unlike other flashy billionaires who flaunt luxury purchases, Buffett lives quite modestly given his monumental wealth. He still resides in the fairly average suburban Omaha home he originally bought in 1958 for just $31,500, and he's been seen driving around old Cadillacs for the last 2 decades. But just because he lives frugally doesn't mean Buffett doesn't occasionally pamper himself when traveling for business. When he does indulge, he spares no expense making sure to fly and sail lavishly. For air travel, Buffett has access to a $62 million Gulfstream G550 jet to whisk him anywhere he wants. Thanks to his massive fortune, he can afford to take the extended-range private plane to any corner of the map when meeting investee companies or partners. And rumor has it that while Buffett likes living basic day-to-day life, his private jet is decked out like a true penthouse in the clouds. We're talking buttery leather swivel chairs, polished wood countertops, and lush ornamental carpets covering every inch. Just take a look at this interior photo. For a guy wearing sweats and sneakers worth a few bucks, his luxury jet interiors are the polar opposite. Once referring to his G550 as basically a taxi, this is one decked-out cab. With a master bedroom and VIP seating for 8 passengers, it's the ultimate way to fly across the country checking in on his stock holdings. When not flying private, Buffett enjoys yachting holidays with his family. That's right, the most famous penny-pinching billionaire owns his own private yacht for sailing escapades. His canal cruiser, named Thayer, is an opulent 75-foot yacht that sleeps 8. With 5 staterooms, dining area and upper deck lounge, it's ideal for both company business trips, entertaining associates, as well as personal relaxation, enjoying the open water with his family under the sun. Just goes to show even Warren Buffett indulges in splurging for life's little luxuries once in a blue moon. 13. Jeff Bezos. When it comes to extreme fortune-enabling ridiculous luxury escapades, Amazon founder Jeff Bezos really epitomizes that in spades. He used to be the world's richest man until recently, with his astronomical net worth surging as high as $210 billion. Even after his costly divorce, Bezos retains a mind-melting fortune of $123 billion, and all that cash has allowed him to pursue his dreams and curiosities for land, sea, and air travel to outrageous new heights, or should we say low Earth orbit heights. Let's start with Bezos's private air travel that puts other billionaires' jets to shame. Like his billionaire peer Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos drops a staggering $70 million on his own Gulfstream G650ER for flying across the globe. This ultra-long-range jet can handle up to 7,500 nautical miles in flight length, enabling basically non-stop service to anywhere in the world. Ideal when needing to rapidly visit Amazon's many fulfillment centers and offices internationally. Here's where it goes over the top, though. Bezos reportedly had the interior gutted and redesigned to his lavish, otherworldly tastes. The expansive cabin can now comfortably accommodate 8 VIP passengers, but photos reveal it fittingly looks more like a flying luxury penthouse than a corporate jet inside. There are individual reclining chairs that look straight out of some billionaire's modernist living room. Steps lead up to an elevated dining area where gourmet meals are prepared in-flight by a personal chef. Towards the tail are couches surrounding a huge flat screen likely for watching movies or conducting meetings, and of course a private master bedroom for catching up on sleep or joining the theoretical Mile High Club. But that's not all. Public records indicate Bezos also owns a second smaller jet, a $90 million Gulfstream G650ER. Likely this one, however, is probably used for quick regional hops versus lengthy international flights where durable long-range capabilities are necessary. Between these two luxury aircraft, Jeff Bezos could easily fly non-stop to just about anywhere his heart desires, whether for Amazon business dealings or personal relaxation escapes. And that's just the beginning of Bezos's outrageous travel extravagances. For leisure sea voyages, he constructed a $500 million super yacht fittingly named YE-721. At 417 feet long, it's one of the largest in the world. Practically a floating private island unto itself, his shiny blue aquatic limousine has its own helicopter pad, multiple VIP suites, an outdoor viewing cinema, and a glass observation pod underwater. Yes, you read that right. Bezos and his family can lounge beneath the ocean's surface, or literally on top of the waves, while sailing the high seas without a care in the world. 12. Bill Gates. Sure, he may spend chunks of his immense $105 billion fortune fighting malaria or developing a new type of super condom nowadays, but before becoming a celebrated philanthropist in his later years, Microsoft founder Bill Gates definitely lived an outrageously opulent lifestyle when building his tech empire back in the 1990s .com heyday, and remnants of that excessive living still peek through with his choice modes of transportation across land, air, and sea. Let's start with Gates' private jet, a Bombardier BD-700 Global Express, which reportedly cost $40 million at the time of purchase in 1997. This ultra-long-range jet has a vast 4,000 nautical mile range enabled by light-speed jet engines. For Gates, it meant the ability to fly anywhere in the continental United States non-stop whenever needing to rapidly check in on Microsoft campus branches or business meetings states away, or to touch down at his sprawling 66,000 square foot vacation home nestled in the mountains near Jackson Hole, Wyoming, valued around $13 million. Even nearly 25 years later, the BD-700 remains one of the premier luxury aircraft, reflecting Gates' elite billionaire tastes back in his early Microsoft. The plush cabin can comfortably seat up to 8 passengers when Gates used to jet set around the world with colleagues and friends during the 1990s. Photos reveal a relaxed interior with swivel chair dining arrangements, across-the-board granite surfaces, berthable divan beds, and of course a private bedroom in the back. While not as excessive as Billionaire's jets today with in-flight showers and standalone movie lounges, it remains a gorgeous sanctuary in the clouds. Gates has a collection of exotic luxury cars, fitting for one of the ultimate tech visionaries made good. He owns everything from fast German Autobahn cruisers like a Porsche 911 Turbo sold for $80,000 at auction, to lavish Grand Tourers like a Jaguar XJ6 worth around $60,000. He clearly loves speed mixed with style based on his choices. Gates has also been spotted whipping around in a hot red Ferrari 348 that starts around $120,000 to this day at dealerships, and when he wants more sensible luxury, his Mercedes-Benz S-Class worth $95,000 does the trick, hauling business cargo in the back. While Gates seems pretty set in the luxury cars and private jets department, his yacht situation says otherwise. For all his travels spreading awareness about environmental conservation lately, Mr. Gates still doesn't have a luxury yacht to call his own, surprisingly. Considering Paul Allen, Gates's Microsoft co-founder, owned not one but 2 absurdly lavish super mega yachts, including the world's 9th largest called Octopus. She spans a ridiculous 413 feet in length, complete with a 30-man crew, basketball court, nightclub, movie theater, helipad, swimming pool, submarine and remote-controlled vehicles on board.
Gates still has some catching up to do in the floating
apartment. Apparently 11. Mark Zuckerberg. As one of the world's youngest self-made billionaires, still shy of 40 years old, you bet Mark Zuckerberg makes sure to live it up and pamper himself working as CEO of Meta. With a huge net worth of $71 billion built from all our addictive Facebook scrolling and Instagram liking habits, he's earned it. When not coding future metaverse virtual worlds from his home office though, Zuckerberg sure loves toying around with crazy new machines. From exotic hypercars to hydrofoiling e-surfboards and drones, the eccentric tech exec spends his riches on innovative electronic gadgetry. As part of last year's viral Lake Tahoe hydrofoil boarding video, Zuckerberg gave us all a glimpse into his outdoor toys stash. Turns out he owns a $12,000 Liftfoils e-surfboard for gliding above waves up to 20 miles per hour. Combining science fiction maglev levitation technology with an electric surfboard, no wonder the futurist gravitated towards acquiring his own for that effortless ethereal floating effect. Zuckerberg is also into aviation, with a recently purchased $700,000 private jet to add to his collection of boys' toys. The luxurious Honda Jet Elite boasts a 2,250-mile range, enabling quick jaunts between Meta's Silicon Valley headquarters and satellite offices in LA or Seattle on short notice. Not quite a spacious Gulfstream, but still a stylish modern way for Mark to fly corporate. For longer transcontinental trips, it's rumored he still charters bigger premium jets through one of Meta's shell companies, but photos reveal Zuckerberg opting to fly commercial first class as well when he can. I guess with so much money, even billionaires aren't above flying peasant class and collecting frequent flyer miles, though you know he's getting the best suites possible miles above us riffraff back in economy. As for cars, Zuckerberg keeps things relatively down to earth, tooling around his Bay Area neighborhood in sensible rides. He passed his driver's test in 2016 and shortly after bought a modest $30,000 Volkswagen Golf GTI as his first car. Quick, nimble, but also practical hatchback with a touch of prestige. Fits Mark's personality pretty well, actually. Other days he goes way incognito in a Honda Fit that starts around just $20,000. But make no mistake, his main garage contains much faster exotic supercars as well. Zuckerberg's been spotted racing a bright red Pagani Huayra. He's also let slip about owning an ultra-rare Bugatti Chiron in his quiver of vehicles. With a 16-cylinder quad-turbo engine pumping out 1,500 horsepower, that Chiron hypercar hits speeds over 260 miles per hour. Certainly the ultimate way for Mark to let loose after long days programming or browsing as Meta's new supreme leader. 10. Larry Ellison. Billionaire tech mogul. Larry Ellison knows a thing or two about living large, thanks to founding database giant Oracle. With a mind-numbing net worth of $91 billion, Ellison sits as the 10th wealthiest man globally, and over his in-flight meals. For ground transportation, Arnault rolls in absolute silence and style thanks to his custom Tesla Model S, starting at $97,000 before personalization. His all-electric sedan features a cushy white leather interior and 22 satin alloy wheels. With ludicrous mode acceleration reaching 60 miles per hour in under 3 seconds, combined with autopilot self-driving, it's the ultimate way for an entrepreneur like Arnault to relax as his EV whisks him between Parisian runway shows. Between his high-fashion private jet and sci-fi luxury sedan, Bernard Arnault travels like the ultimate French multi-billionaire globetrotter, whether by air or autobahn. 8. Charles Koch. Charles Koch serves as CEO of Koch Industries, the second largest private corporation in America, with annual revenues exceeding $115 billion across chemicals, agriculture, and material goods, according to Forbes. Koch has steadily built his family's firm into an industrial juggernaut since taking the helm in 1967. For his lifetime of leadership and achievement, Charles Koch has accrued a sizable $46 billion personal fortune. As one of most politically influential U.S. billionaires meshing business advocacy with philanthropy, Koch regularly shuttles between company headquarters spread throughout Kansas, D.C., and Manhattan. Surprisingly, however, for all his wealth and power wielded though, Charles Koch flies relatively low-key commercial first class when conducting regular business affairs domestically. While possessing ample means to own multiple private jets if desired, Koch has stated he finds it impractical and quite wasteful personally. For short flights of only 2-3 hours hopping between offices, he sees no reason not to simply purchase an airline seat instead. Photos reveal him deboarding regional routes dressed business casual with briefcase in hand like any road warrior going on a trip. But you know he paid extra selecting those spacious lie-flat aisle seats away from screaming babies. That pragmatic mentality fits Koch's Midwestern humility and conservative fiscal nature. Elsewhere, he's been spotted commuting around Wichita between meetings in sensible Buick sedans or Chevy Suburbans. Hard to imagine a low-profile billionaire blending in driving budget family SUVs. Though given Kansas area preferences, that practically makes a Suburban a luxury vehicle, believe it or not. Hey, whatever gets the CEO job done effectively at the end of the day. For passion projects beyond business, however, Charles Koch certainly spends lavishly on intellectual, political, and philanthropic personal interests. He shells out upwards of $100 million funding free market academic research centers and universities bearing his last name, trying to influence economic teachings in America for decades to come. 7. Tim Cook. As the CEO of tech colossus Apple, Tim Cook enjoys a sizable $1.7 billion net worth of his own, plus over $100 million in annual total compensation. Though a relative pauper next to late founder Steve Jobs' $10 billion fortune, Cook travels very comfortably, courtesy of Apple's stature as the world's biggest company. When not frequently checking in between Cupertino HQ and satellite offices like Apple Park or Infinite Loop centers, Cook travels for global product launch events and production/supply chain oversight duties, particularly in China. For business travel needs both domestic and international, Cook has full access to Apple's swanky $90 million corporate jet. Technically owned in a shell company called Apple VC Inc., their Gulfstream Aerospace luxury private jet is always on standby, fueled up waiting should Tim need to rapidly jet somewhere announcing new iPhones. Seating up to 18 passengers, it offers ample room for Cook to lead teams of engineers or personnel anywhere at a moment's notice. Considering Apple's penchant for elegant design permeating their electronics and software interfaces, you bet their executive Gulfstream reflects that minimalism too. The interior features Apple white leather seats, sleek metallic surfaces with wood accents, and panoramic oval windows. It practically looks like an iPhone showroom inside. The perks of being CEO means Tim Cook can handle urgent business or put his feet up while onboard chefs prepare 5-star cuisine in flight if wanted. Definitely beats the tiny bags of pretzels you get in economy class. When daily commuting back and forth to Apple Park within Cupertino city limits, Cook rolls around in luxury as well, but nothing too flashy. Details are vague, but it suggested Koch tools around in Porsche vehicles quite often. Top brass and engineers at Apple seem to love German auto engineering, hence a shared preference by Tim Likely. He's been spotted whipping around Sunnyvale backroads in a gunmetal Porsche 911 Carrera 4S Coupe, which starts around $120,000. 100,000 of Porsche precision performance seems like an ideal way for Koch to blow off steam after long days directing Apple's global technological empire. Other days for business errands he opts for the premium sedan route, riding in utmost comfort inside a Porsche Panamera similar to what fellow Apple execs drive too. Just another avid Porschephile. 6. Michael Bloomberg. Former three-term mayor of New York City, Michael Bloomberg sits as the sixth wealthiest billionaire on our list thanks to his thriving finance and mass media empire. As founder of global powerhouse Bloomberg LP, his net worth exceeds over $70 billion. Now swirling in those political donor circles, Bloomberg spends millions backing Democratic candidates and progressive causes close to his heart. For rapidly jetting between his uptown Manhattan offices and visiting politicians on Capitol Hill, Bloomberg owns a $70 million Gulfstream G650 jet registered as M1KE. Costing over $60,000 per hour to operate, his exclusive ultra-long-range aircraft offers a plush cabin to wine and dine VIP power players one-on-one in luxury. Hand-picked decor such as custom leather chairs, granite surfaces, and exotic wood walls make it an inviting oasis fit for New York City's billionaire former mayor. Capable of whisking him nearly 7,000 nautical miles non-stop, Bloomberg's G650 can connect him anywhere domestically or globe-spanning in a snap. Ideal for an always-on-the-move mogul and now prime political kingmaker. When abroad checking in on London operations or European Burgmayors-elect, Bloomberg owns a lavish multi-level residence along the River Thames worth $45 million, fitting his elite pedigree. The gorgeous Georgian townhouse contains 7 bedrooms, an underground heated swimming pool, private gym, and most uniquely, an elaborately decorated internal glass elevator. Just a bonus perk when you have untold billions in the bank. Between houses fit for American aristocrats and a private jet rapido, Bloomberg travels in a manner befitting his immense power and prestige. 5. Jack Ma. Chinese business magnate Jack Ma has become one of Asia's wealthiest men, with an estimated net worth around $35 billion. As the charismatic founder of online shopping giant Alibaba and fintech spin-off Ant Group, Ma became revered as the Jeff Bezos of China, revolutionizing e-commerce and mobile payments across Asia's exploding technological revolution. Since stepping down from daily operations at Alibaba in 2013, Jack Ma maintains an active public profile, expanding philanthropic initiatives like the Jack Ma Foundation, aimed at educating underprivileged rural youth and small entrepreneurs. For trotting between China-speaking events and facility tours, Jack Ma enlisted the services of a luxury private jet to match his elite stature. Specifically, he had a Gulfstream G550 business jet custom configured to his posh specifications for $61.5 million back in 2017. This exclusive aircraft oozes sleek style with glossy wooden cabinets, swivel leather chairs, and lush ornate carpets blanketing the spacious cabin. Like many ultra-wealthy CEOs, Ma included a private bedroom suite for catching quick naps, holding meetings or other confidential affairs discreetly mid-flight. Now, when he's not zipping through the clouds aboard his G550, Jack Ma can be seen driven about in sheer comfort inside China in either a Mercedes-Benz S-Class sedan or Cadillac CT6 limousine, both flagship models from their respective manufacturers. Ma seems to prefer modern chauffeured luxury with smooth performance, like most busy captains of industry on the move 24/7. Surprisingly, little else is publicly known regarding Jack Ma's transportation collection or personal property assets, perhaps due to traditionally more stringent financial reporting laws governing public company executives in China to prevent misconduct. But supposedly Ma owns a sprawling $23 million residential property in Hangzhou, equipped with an insane underground swimming complex. Just goes to show you even Chinese tech billionaires enjoy lavish real estate. For all his fame and fortune as modern China's startup poster child, though, Jack Ma really doesn't flaunt his wealth too crazily relative to other tech CEOs on this list who own multiple jets and yachts. But make no mistake, as one of Asia's richest men, Jack Ma still travels incredibly comfortably, either flying elite or being chauffeured to business across China as e-commerce royalty. 4. Richard Branson. Flamboyant British entrepreneur Sir Richard Branson typifies the playboy image with his publicity stunts and risky adventures launching Virgin brands. Best known for Virgin Airlines and Records initially, Branson has parlayed his fame into an empire now spanning 400 companies across financial services, hotels, healthcare, and even commercial space travel with Virgin Galactic. As a lifelong thrill-seeker, Branson naturally adopts transportation befitting his high-octane lifestyle. Given his Virgin Group portfolio contains a major airline itself, surely Branson lives and breathes aviation when not aboard his iconic Virgin Atlantic jets. Brave Sir Richard owns not one but two $65 million Gulfstream G650ER ultra-long-range jets for all his private air travel needs. These roomy aircraft boast nearly 7,500 nautical mile ranges capable of connecting far-flung corners of the map non-stop, making them ideal for Branson gallivanting between his Caribbean home and offices in London, constantly overseeing global operations. Photos reveal lavish cabin interiors outfitted for both business meetings or personal relaxation in true Virgin style. Think lots of ruby red leather chairs contrasted by glossy wood surfaces and exotic carpeting sprawled throughout. No cost spared making sure these flying boardrooms reflect Virgin's trademark contemporary aesthetic. In typical Branson fashion, he also playfully names his jets with flair and humor. His dark purple Global Express goes by Lady Penelope as a nod towards Thunderbirds, while his Boeing 747-400 jumbo jet is aptly dubbed Virgin's Dancing Queen, thanks to its show-stopping interior layout. Now that's a long-range wide-body sure to turn heads wherever it lands. When not jet-setting via Virgin's planes or his own Gulfstreams, Branson also satisfies his aquatic wanderlust with a slew of luxury catamarans perfect for island hopping. He bases his beloved 32-meter catamaran, Necker Belle, in the British Virgin Islands from his Necker Island residence. This sleek $8 million ocean-going vessel offers 6 air-conditioned suites, comfortably housing up to 12 passengers across 3 decks. Perfect for when Sir Richard wants to host intimate tropical getaways with friends sailing the Caribbean. 3. Roman Abramovich. Russian oligarchs like Roman Abramovich are infamous for their decadent opulence and outrageous spending. And Roman certainly epitomizes the stereotype with astronomical investments across mega machines like super yachts, private jets, and London luxury properties. Despite reports that his assets may get seized under UK sanctions due to alleged ties influencing Putin's regime, Abramovich's fortune still hovers around $14 billion currently, enough to afford transportation fit for modern royalty. Let's start with Roman's custom private Boeing 767-33A ER jetliner nicknamed the Bandit, thanks to its unique paint scheme. As owner of renowned British football club Chelsea FC, Abramovich jets team players and personnel on this lavish aircraft to matches and training worldwide. Costing over $100 million before luxurious personal customizations, the Bandit serves as a flying palace in the skies. The spacious 4,000 sq-ft interior allows Roman to host in-flight banquets with crystal glassware, ornate place settings and champagne flutes abound. No first class won't cut it for this Russian steel tycoon. With a spacious master suite, private office and plush reclining chairs, it doubles as the ultimate airborne boardroom fitting someone of Abramovich's elite influence. When not flying his sports team and cronies across Europe on the Bandit, you can find Roman sailing the high seas aboard one of his super yachts like the $500 million Eclipse. At 553 feet long, his yacht fleet flagship contains 2 helicopter pads, 24 luxurious guest cabins with decadent amenities like spas, hot tubs and a cinema. Yes, alongside the usual billionaire super yacht trappings, Roman's Eclipse literally has its own movie theater on the top deck. If that wasn't outrageous enough, this 8-deck aquatic mansion also contains an extensive submarine garage housing 2 submersibles ready for aquatic excursions. I suppose when money is no object, why not splash out $500 million building your own personal Bond villain lair? Between the Bandit jet and Eclipse mega yacht, it seems oligarchs like Abramovich certainly know how to satiate their whimsical, extravagant appetites traveling in utmost decadence. 2. Sheikh Mansour. For all the excessive splendor Russian oligarchs flaunt, Middle Eastern oil royalty still proves unmatched when it comes to downright ludicrous opulence. As Deputy Prime Minister of UAE and member of the royal Abu Dhabi family, Sheikh Mansour boasts almost incomprehensible personal wealth north of $30 billion. And he isn't afraid to show it off, acquiring the most expensive mega machines money can buy. The Sheikh is internationally renowned as owner of elite English football club Manchester City FC after acquiring it in 2008. As any Premier League fan knows, Sheikh Mansour has since spent astronomical sums on talent acquisitions, salaries and facilities, catapulting tiny city into football giants, winning the league 6 times since his takeover. All part of his masterplan sports, washing Abu Dhabi's reputation using his immense petrodollars. To travel overseas, attending Manchester City matches in person, Sheikh Mansour again spares absolutely no expense flying private. He customized an Airbus A340-500 into a 4,000 SQ foot-floating sky palace for $500 million. Let those numbers sink in, $500 million on one private jet. Clearly, when your family sits on trillion-dollar oil reserves, dropping that much cash means little. Now here's where it goes from merely just super rich to straight-up Sultan-grade ridiculous. The Airbus contains just one enormous open space lounge furnished with leather couches, a jewel-encrusted bar, and towering glass walls. Guest bedrooms, luxury amenities. Nah, it's just an open-plan penthouse party to schmooze guests. With dazzled visitors already confined into the moment they step aboard, it is psychological displays of conspicuous consumption at its finest. And while Sheikh Mansour always flies his creamy white Airbus to Manchester, England for every home match, he himself has never stepped foot into the stadium or onto British soil reportedly. He merely parks his flying palace on the tarmac long enough to watch City games surrounded by his entourage before jetting home. Talk about extreme wealth, far detaching you from reality down there with all us common plebs. No wonder schemes like overtly pumping billions into sports seem lucid when you're soaring in the clouds without a care. 1. Andrei Usmanov. Claiming his spot at #1 on our list, flying highest is Russian metals and telecom tycoon Andrei Melnichenko. The bulk carrier industrialist boasts a sizable net worth hovering over $23 billion, hauling iron ore and precious minerals across the high seas trade routes. Not quite as recognizable as Russian oligarchs Abramovich or Potanin, Andrei M. has long stayed out of headlines, busy expanding his industrial asset portfolio. That is until 2018, when he shocked the yacht world, revealing his outrageous Billionaire's aquatic super toy to the masses. The mega custom super yacht dubbed A, costing over $600 million. His bizarre 498-foot yacht features an unconventional exterior shaped like an alien spacecraft. Photos of this eco-friendly behemoth reveal colossal propulsion pods, an angular glass-enclosed deck, and matching submarine and docking craft carved into its avant-garde facade. But Andrei really said no budget, with the interior finishing nearly taking longer to complete than the years-long yacht construction itself. He had Italian craftsmen hand-carve every inch using rare, expensive materials. We're talking near 100% onyx walls, amber mosaic tiles, meteorite rock sculptures, decorative waterfalls, and a stairwell alone, requiring 10,000 man-hours of exotic stone inlay artwork. Photos reveal what looks like the interdimensional lair of some comic book galactic emperor, not a seafaring human's recreational palace. With elaborate thrones, abstract modernist tables, and neon accent lights, the vibe screams more antagonistic starship command deck than yacht. Clearly, when named the A, the peculiar billionaire meant it symbolizing an apex mobile luxury base unmatched by any one period. Now, while Andrei Melnichenko may not be a household name stateside, his astronomical metallic mobile HQ pushes the envelope so far that no other billionaire has come close to this level of excessive lavish transportation. It exemplifies just how detached from reality the income inequality curve allows certain individuals to live when controlling entire commodity industries. Really makes you wonder, should any single mortal human wield this magnitude of spending influence? But hey, I guess props to Andrei for injecting much-needed comic book supervillain aesthetic flair into the otherwise predictable yacht collector scene. And that concludes our exhaustive look into how the mega-rich CEO elite travel by land, air, and sea. I'm tempted to start a wealth space program just to score invites seeing such outrageous fortune in action.